Our Paloma Series is a kitchen counter flush bar station, which means that the bartender's working area is at the same level as the guests. So it really invites guests to come and sit at the bar and be involved in the theatre of bartending. What we're going to do today is walk through each of our modules in turn, so I can explain a little bit about the functionality and the features of how they work. This is our wash unit. It's divided into two parts. On the left we have our tool storage. We have two dry inserts here for tools, and then we have the dipper well and the dipper faucet. The way that it works is that you fill the dipper well up with fresh water, and then during service you have the dipper faucet on a really low pressure, which is constantly refreshing that water so that you know that when you're dumping tools into there, they're always keeping clean. This insert also lifts out and you have an auxiliary sink underneath. Then we have the sink unit itself, so the faucet obviously closest to the guest. Then we have an angled tin rinser. The angle creates a really nice ergonomic action when you're rinsing your cocktail tins. A cutting board for a la minute prep, so prepping when you're on the go. And then underneath that slides back, you have a chute that feeds a rubbish bin, which is underneath. Underneath the sink, on soft closed drawers, you have the rubbish bin that is fed by the chute. And then at the back you have a secondary rubbish bin, so you can kind of divide your rubbish as you go through the nights. This is the Paloma workstation. As you can see, everything is at the same level as the guest, which really invites the guest to be involved in what the bartender is doing and see how they work. Closest to the guest, we have the flex well, which gives the bartender some flexibility in how they set up their station. These boxes can be rotated to create an extended working surface, or rotated again to create extra storage, or removed altogether to have an auxiliary well. Coming back towards the bartender, you have your working station here, which is plumbed, so it's picking up any spills that may happen. And here we have the jigger rinser, which is super efficient and fast when you're using multiple ingredients in drinks to wash the jigger between drinks, and then you can have it here to drain, ready for the next service. Under counter of the workstation, you have a lot of different options. There's space for a bottle cooler, glass freezer, adjustable glass racks, cabinet with shelves. This particular station, they have two glass rack on soft closed rails and a garnish drawer with GN pens. This is our 54-litre insulated ice well. It's divided into two sections. 54 litres is good for about 27 kilos of ice, which is roughly 200 highballs when filled. Beneath that we have a neutral storage drawer which holds about 2 cases of soda or about 30 backup spirit bottles on soft closed rails. Here we have a tiered bottle well, 2 tiers each holding between 8 to 10 bottles each, so 20 bottles altogether. On the top here we have a dash bottle rail, so you can keep all your bitters and flavours a little bit separate. What's really great about having the bottle rail tiered like this is the bartender's not constantly reaching in front of their own body to access their high volume bottles. It's also great to have the bottles integrated into the station, so it actually brings the bartender closer to where they're working, so they don't have to constantly reach over that speed rail to their working area. Under counter, we've got a neutral drawer again, so plenty of backup bottles for when these high volume bottles run out during the service.